This is your second one hitter in three
Yep.
games. What did you think about what your pitchers were able to accomplish today?
Well, they were incredible. I mean, it's a good hitting lineup that's feeling really good about themselves. They got after us awfully good yesterday, and then they're probably thinking, "Hey, we're gonna get after these guys and score another double digits." And DeCremer come out there. He's sick as a dog. He's probably got the flu. That's why we pulled him. We should have pulled him an inning before. He just didn't look good. He was sweating, but he didn't want to come out. And he just kind of went up in the tunnel, was moaning and groaning. And, we just let him go out and get that one hitter in the fourth. But he was not near done. We'd have let him go 5, 6, whatever. We let his pitch count get up there. And then obviously Eaves came in and just pitched outstanding for 2 2/3, I think. And then, you look what Coyle did, the same thing, 2 2/3. And, the discussion in the dugout going into the ninth was, we let Parker go back out. And I said yes, because he hit the first two hitters of the inning, hadn't even seen him yet. And, the only one that saw him twice in 2 2/3 was the last out of the game, the big lefty. And, so it was really good to see.
With everything that was going on with the sicknesses, I mean, you feel like you really had to gut this one out today.
Yeah, it was a team win. I mean, I had to rewrite the lineup. I thought Coach was okay. They told me he's okay. Took pregame stuff, and then ground ball work early after stretch, and then we're getting ready to do the batting practice stuff, and he was done. So we sent him out, and I guess he's been sick since Sunday. I knew he wasn't feeling good yesterday. He stayed late, and they were looking at his throat and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play this weekend. I mean, he's awfully tough, but we'll just see. We're going to get him tested. He was negative yesterday, but who knows if he doesn't have it today. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's running through us.
Well, you used your top arms right there, your bullpen arms at the end of a Wednesday game. Was that just because you felt like I don't know if urgency is the right word, but a real need to win this game?
Yeah, well, a couple reasons. Number one, we need to win the game. You get beat like that, no matter who beats you, and you got a second chance. You need to win the game, get a little momentum. Eaves has got a rubber arm. He'll be ready for Saturday, Sunday, both days if we need him. Honestly, Coyle will be ready probably again on Sunday if we need him. I mean, he only threw 38 pitches, both of them. It's crazy. Their line's almost identical as far as the number of, it looks like number of innings or outs they got and the number of pitches they threw batter. They faced 10 hitters each. I mean, it was, just a great job, but they did it real quick, 38 pitches, and they'll both be ready by Saturday. And we know who we're going to throw Friday if we need to. And, uh, if we don't need them all weekend, that'd be great. They'll pitch again on Tuesday, but we're just taking it one game at a time, trying to win some games and get some things figured out on the offensive side.
Seemed like DeCremer's curveball or the breaking ball was really a difference maker for him, locating it early on at and the counts. I mean, what have you seen on that pitch, and how complimentary is it to that upper 90s fastball that he has?
Yeah, I mean, the breaking ball was his go-to today. When he was behind in the count a couple of times, he went to it. Full count, he went to it, locked guys up. It's, we knew he had it. It's one reason we wanted him to come to school here. And, he'd like to start. We got a bunch of guys that'd like to start, but he's so, and maybe he might. But he's also a guy that can finish a game, pitch in the middle, just like Eaves. And, Coyle was a guy that we thought we'd bring in off of them. So it kind of worked out the way we thought it might.
What is it about Eaves that makes him so good for this kind of relief base runners on roll? I mean, he got out of, I think, one big jam today. What is it about his mental makeup?
Well, obviously mentally he's fine out there. He's not worried about the situation, not too big. He's quick to the plate, it's hard to run on. Obviously got a good breaking ball. His fastball is mid-90s with a lot of movement, and he can spot it up. So I mean, what more could you ask?
You feel like maybe just the offense is kind of snowballing a little bit right now, where it was a couple guys and now it's kind of getting to everybody, or is it maybe just you're maybe not as concerned because of the illness that's going around right
No,
now?
I mean it's definitely concerned. Even if it's a concern, and we feel like guys are obviously better than that they've shown. I mean, we left I'm not sure how many runners out there today, but it would seem like too many. We left 9, out hit him 7-1, walked 6 times, I think. Only struck out 7. It's a good place to be. But we never got the big hit. We hit into a double play. Should have scored at least 2 in the first. Only get 1. So they actually got a little momentum. Hit into another double play in like the 7th when we needed to put another run up there, or 8th, whatever that was. And yeah, it's we got to flip it, but we know it. You can't get it to the point where guys are just, that's all they're thinking about. We just keep getting better. And like I told them, we got a couple more weeks when we start conference. We need to be going by then.
What kind of execution did you see out of your pitchers today? Not only in 2 strike counts, but also whenever they were down in the count and coming back and battling.
Well, I know coming back, there were 2 or 3 times, Eaves had a 3-0 count, maybe to a leadoff man, and came back and got him looking on a pitch, I think, away. And then there was a couple of 3-1 counts that they came back. I mean, that's huge. We walk him 3 times on the day, not bad. And it's real good. So I don't know, the execution of pitches. I mean, that's how you get people out. If you've got to be able to pitch in backwards a little bit, fastball count, you got to be able to throw something off speed, and vice versa. That's how you get good hitters out.
Do you think the flu could possibly cause for a different starting rotation this weekend?
No.
What more do you want to see from your hitters with runners on?
With runners on, I'd like to see it with nobody on. I want to see some tough at bats. I want to see guys fighting at the plate. Obviously, with runners on, I want productive outs. Runner at first, nobody, or runner at second, nobody out. Minimum, you got to get them to third. And runner at third, less than 2, man, you got to get them in, no matter how you get them in, sack, fly, whatever. And obviously, I feel like the big hits, clutch hits are coming. The 2-out hits are the ones that separate games, and that's why they scored so many runs yesterday on us. A lot of those hits were with 2 outs. 3-run homer or 2-run homer or whatever it was with 2 outs after we misplayed a ball. I could go on and on. 2-out hits are huge.
A lot of chess moves there in the 8th inning. Is that fun as a coach at all when you're going back and forth like that?
I mean, I knew exactly what they were going to do, and because I already had root and bar ready to go, and I figured they'd make the change, and so that was more the matchup they wanted. I knew they were going to left on left. I didn't want, and then went to Peck. They brought the righty in. We thought we could steal second with a delay type steal. He's really quick to the plate. They had a new catcher in because they pinch hit for the other one. This guy doesn't throw as well, block as well, doesn't have the experience. Souza did a great job with it. So we kind of had it set up. And, then they had to make a decision. You want to pitch to this young guy? They got a couple of bats. You want to go with the veteran guy that's swinging a miss a lot right now. And that's what he did. It worked out for him.
You clearly think the lineup can be better than what it's showing. But how much better? Like how much better?
Better. I mean, right now it's not good. Let's face it. They know it. They're frustrated. Should be a lot better. We need to get our leadoff guy back, and Lee Kosher will be able to play. And then we need to get guys, because those guys were both hitting.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guys that are in the middle, it's time to go to work, because I left a lot of people out there.
I asked you about Ruiz yesterday. You still think that maybe he can go Friday?
He probably could have gone today. I don't know if I'm going to go with him Friday. I just don't want him to re-aggravate it. He was feeling good. He was even in a situation where I asked him if he wanted to pinch hit, if we had the right situation. I just told him, if you do, I want you to running 50%. Might be hard for him because that's not in his game, but we didn't have to, but that was in there. I don't know yet. The good thing is we're not playing in 48-degree weather, 50-degree. It looks like it's going to be 65, 70. Mm-hmm. That's a lot better for that. So we'll see.
Based on what he asked about your rotation, so you'll still go Gackle, Dietz, Fisher in that order. Keeping Colin on Sunday, what does he give you on Sunday? I mean, he's been your best starter, most effective so far.
Well, what he gives us on Sunday is probably what he'd give us on Friday if we threw him Friday. He just pounds the zone, and he keeps our fielders on their toes, and he mixes and matches, and he dots that fastball in on righties, and then he'll throw the changeup that runs away and gets you leaning out, and then he bops you in. It's called pitching, and he does a great job.
I guess what I meant by that was how nice is it to have someone
Oh.
who's pitching like that on a Sunday,
Well, it's
regardless
great.
of what the.
I think any coach would tell you Sunday, most of the time, is the biggest game of the weekend. You're either 1-1. If you're 2-0, man, it's hard to sweep. And if you're 0-2, you got to find a way to win a game. And if you have a guy on Sunday that you know that you can trust to go out there and give you a chance, at least to get into the game a little bit, because a lot of times by Sunday, you know, you might be thinned up on that bullpen. And if you got a guy that can go eat up some innings, get into the game a little bit, it's just a lot more reassuring than, say, having a guy that's really hard to hit, but he's 3-2 on every hitter, and you know, you just don't know how it's going to go.
Well, I'll ask both of you first about James and the performance that he had today. What were your thoughts about the tone that he set by retiring those first 11?
Yeah, super good. I mean, he came out firing the ball. I mean, he looked really well today. He looked like he had everything working for him, and I think it was just good for us yesterday, especially after yesterday's game, to kind of have that start to the game today and allow us to kind of build some momentum on top of that.
Yeah,
I mean, just going out there and throwing strikes. I mean, that's kind of what we got to do. Like you said, after a game like yesterday, you got to go out there and be competitive and, you know, not show the other team that we're going to lay down, you know, just got to bounce back.
knowing that he wasn't feeling well. I mean, does that make it more impressive to you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, I'd call it the MJ flu game or whatever, but I mean, I that's super, super impressive. And honestly, I'm really proud of him just for wanting to do that. I mean, that's a midweek game. I mean, he could have easily come out and said, "Hey, I don't feel good. Don't need to pitch today." And I mean, he gave us what, 3.2 innings, almost 4 innings of no run ball. Gave up 1 hit. I mean, you can't really ask for much more.
It also kind of just lights a fire under everyone else. You know, one of your guys goes out there not feeling too well, and he still goes out there and gives it like, you know, best he can and does a really good job. You know, that kind of just transfers to the rest of the game.
After losing the way you did yesterday, how much was this kind of a gut check team win type for you?
For sure. I mean, it was kind of everything. You know, definitely don't want to lose 2 in the midweek, and especially to an in-state team. So I think that, you know, coming into the building today, that we all had a really good attitude of just being on the attack and kind of getting back to playing the type of ball that we play.
Were there any discussions among the pitching staff based on what happened yesterday? Like, hey, let's fix things today and get back at them tonight.
Not really. I mean, we know what we have, and you know, we know what we can do. So it was just kind of more so of just a matter of going out and executing today and really just getting back to what we do, kind of like I just said. I mean, we aren't, you know, we can call it whatever it is. Yesterday wasn't a great game for us, but we just had to get back.
Steele, I guess 5th inning, you know, a guy gets on with an error and then a pass ball and runner on second, no outs, but you look so calm. Like, is there any heightened nerves or adrenaline there when you're in that spot 1-0, or does it feel the same as maybe it's, you know, a leadoff hitter in a 5-run game?
If you try to treat every outing as the same, so you don't want to get too amped up for one and then be really calm during another. You try to keep, you know, the same thought process throughout everything. So every single time you go out there, you know, your mind's the same spot. It's not like you're trying to do too much or do too less.
We saw you kind of come along last year towards the end of the year, and then Dave really spoke about the strides you made over the summer and the fall. How do you think personally, like, what's been the biggest key in maybe your development since you got here onto campus?
You know, I think just going out there and competing and getting stronger in the weight room, you know, has a big thing to do with it, Coach Bell. Also going out in the summer and having fun while I'm playing, you know, getting that confidence back. And then, you know, transferring that to the fall and to the spring, just, you know, keep the confidence up. That's all it really was.
Parker, we saw, I think, Brissy getting loose. Did you have to fight it all to go back out there in the 9th?
Not really. Coach Hobbs came up to me and was like, "You want the 9th?" Obviously, I was like, "Heck yeah!" And you know, just try and go out there and give us a win.
Did it feel like a little different than a normal midweek game out there today?
I think so. I mean, you know, especially after yesterday, I think that, you know, there might be a little more pressure, so to speak, or something like that. But I don't think that it really hindered, obviously, I mean, how we played today. I think that on the mound, we just wanted to attack, and that's what we did.
Steele, there are a couple of counts where you went down 3-0 or, you threw a couple of balls. What's your mindset whenever you go down in those counts and, try and fight back?
So I think there was 2 3-0 counts, and the first one, it was 3-0, but there's a guy on second. You have 2 outs, you have a base open. So you don't want to be as competitive in that. You can get away with a bad pitch. You still can keep going with the inning, but I knew that I was only going to have the first batter of the next inning. So once I got down 3-0, I don't want to let Parker come in with a guy on base. So you try to fight back, and it's just a little bit different situation. And you got to pitch differently in those situations. So if it's 3-0 and you have a base open, I mean, that's a little different.
Colin had a one hitter like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if there's ever been 2 of these in 3 games at Arkansas. But to be able to do what you all accomplished today so soon after what he did, I wonder what your thoughts are about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just the identity of this staff. We just have a lot of competitors on the staff, and we got a lot of guys that want to pitch, that want to perform, that have stuff to prove. And I don't know. I just feel like that's the identity of this staff, and we just kind of feed off of each other. So, to see a guy like Fish go out there and do that on Sunday, I feel like that motivates a lot of other people. And, I think that there's going to be a lot of fight for innings on this staff. So, you gotta be on your game every time you come out.
Steele, Dave just said you have a rubber arm and could be back, this weekend. Is that something like you have to really work on, or does it kind of come naturally, the quick recovery and everything like that?
It's like the diet and the water intake is like really, and sleep. Those are the 3 things that you kind of have to watch. You gotta, be very vigilant about. But everything else, just get in the weight room, get moving around. I mean, that's everything. And to be able to bounce back like that and help the team, I mean, that's what I want to do,
Parker, how fast do you think you can rebound after this?
Oh, quick. I mean, I don't throw 100, so I could probably throw on Friday, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, just like you said, a lot of sleep, a lot of water. Just kind of recover over the next 48 hours so, and then see how you're feeling. But I don't think it'll be too big of an issue for me.
Dave said something on the pregame show. He said in all his years here, he's never seen anything like this in terms of illness
Oh,
within
yeah.
the team. What have these last 3-4 days been like?
It's been pretty crazy. I feel like I come to the yard every morning and 2 more people are sick. I don't really know what's going on. I think, we just have some sickness going around. We're a close team, obviously, so we're always all around each other. So when one guy gets sick, it kind of seems to spread a little bit. But yeah, I've never seen anything like this. I think we had like 8 dudes out or something the other day, and yeah, just need to wash our hands and stay away from each other, I guess.